Let me hit record. All right.
All right. Well, welcome to our last leadership call of 2022. I cannot believe how fast this year has gone. It is crazy to think that Thanksgiving is a week from today. So I don't know. And Christmas will be here before we know it. So we invited everybody to the call tonight because we're going to talk about a topic that we feel is just important for everyone to hear. So we're going to get into that in a minute. But we also want to remind you that our last team call of the year is going to be December 5th. So mark your calendars. Hopefully we can get as many people on that one as possible. Not sure what we are going to do yet, but I'm sure we'll have some fun and maybe do some giveaways and maybe let Katie play a game or two.
Yes.
Something like that. But so yeah, make sure you mark your calendars, and we hope to see your beautiful faces on that call. So okay, Katie, let's get into it.
Okay, so you guys, I'm going to play a video. It's like a 20-second video, but it does have some bad language. So if your kids are there, I'm really sorry. I didn't think about that when I picked this, and now you're all giving your kids back. So I'm so sorry, but I wanted to play this video to illustrate a point. So it's really short, and I think the foul language comes right at the beginning. Okay, Monica, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let me turn this up.
This is the silent killer. This is just kind of normal in America. People are just credited the fuck out. You know, you want something, you put it on that credit card. And what I'm concerned about is if the economy is doing what I think it's doing, which is about to lay people off at a serious level, you know, can people make those payments? This is just, we've got to get off the drug of buying shit with money we don't have yet. And then the question becomes, why are you buying that stuff? This is the simplicity mindset that so many people need to head into 2023. And a lot of people are about to learn the truth about managing money because they're going to be forced to, like in 2008, when so many people lost their jobs. But for the people that aren't, use what's in the air right now as a way to just get smarter. Like, get off that credit card fucking debt, you know, really simplify, get your costs down, live more humble. That's the answer to the comments that are coming. More humble. This is the silent.
Let me get him off there. Okay, so that's Gary Vee. If you guys follow him, headphones, good, Ricky. If you don't follow him, I think he's a great follow. He's just got a brilliant business mind. He makes a lot of predictions. I don't know that every one of them come true, but he's the one that, like, I don't know how many years ago, 10 years ago or 15, before TikTok like jumped, is what it is. He predicted that it was going to be the next big thing, like before anybody had heard of it. So I just really like him. He's kind of an angry, tell it like it is, he curses a lot kind of guy. So I don't know if he's your style, but anyway, so I follow him, and that popped up, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is really important for us in this business. And so we wanted to talk about this a little bit. So first of all, we need to share the business opportunity more than ever now. And I guess it can feel harder to share when sales aren't super high and when we've been in kind of a dip. I know this month is better than it has been, but in general, I feel like sales are a little bit lower. Not I feel like, they are. And so I think when that happens, we kind of pull back and we don't share as much as normal. I know I'm guilty of that. But this is when we need to share more than ever, because we have a solution to help people through what is now and is likely going to be for a little bit of time. A hardship, right? Like, prices of groceries are just crazy. I just went to the store, and those pomegranate seeds, the little ones, like when they're in season, I feel like they're like $2 or $3 each. And my kids got them off the shelf before I even saw the price, and they were $5 each. I almost died. And of course, they were too far down the conveyor belt for me to grab them. But my point is that the prices of food and gas and services are just going up, and you guys know that, or I'm sure are feeling it, and so are the people in our networks. But we have a solution to this. We have a way for people to earn extra income without spending a lot of extra time. And so this is really what I would recommend your messaging being on your social media platforms. If if you can get across the fact that you have a solution for these high prices, I think you'll really be able to help a lot of people. I would break it down. I would make it really simple, like simplify what we do. Talk them through the fact that it's wearing and sharing clothes. We're already wearing clothes. Make it, I mean, at the bare bones of what we do, it is very simple. People don't have to host parties to make an income here. They have to share the clothes in some way. There's a lot of ways to do that. So I wouldn't go through like all of that. I would just keep it really simple and talk to people often about how we can help them with these crazy high prices. And then, another thing as far as promoting the products right now, I'm finding that things are landing when you talk about saving money. Save money on your clothes. Like if everybody needs clothes and everybody needs Christmas gifts, we have a way for people to get a whole bunch of stuff for a really good price. Grab a party link, host a party, do a tiny bit of work and get a whole bunch of stuff for a really great price. So I would talk about saving money, getting gifts for cheap, and good quality that lasts. Talk about like, yeah, you can go to Old Navy and get 2 pairs of leggings for the price of ours, but you're going to be buying another pair to replace those next year or sooner. Talk about that. I don't think right now is probably the time to do the promotion of like, look at all the pants I have and look at all the Zaya I have and look at, like, it doesn't feel like a more economic time right now. It, like Gary Vee said, it feels like simplify. So I think if your messaging kind of goes along with that simplified, money saving, smart investing kind of line, I think you will be on track with where people's minds are. Does that make sense? Do you guys feel that way too? Okay. I'm just really drawn to, and not even in our industry, but in other accounts I follow, people talking about simplifying and decluttering and things like that. And so it's just I've paid more attention to, I don't think I want to really get that message out that maybe I would have had 3 years ago, which is I have all these bras in every color and it's different. It's a different time. And so it's just being aware of what's happening in the world. Okay, anything you want to add to that, Monica?
No, I just think like we talked about earlier, just having a smart business sense at this stage of the game, not overspending. Katie and I, just a little story on Tuesday when Zaya opened up the new website for us to try out before the launch on Wednesday. Yeah, the launch on Wednesday, and so the pajamas came out, and we both like, oh yay! Like we had them in our cart, and then I was like, I went to check out, and I was like, oh, like these pajamas with shipping is like, what I say, almost $130, $128.50 for these pajamas and the shipping. And I was like, really? Like, do I need to be spending right now $128 on myself right before Christmas? So I said to Katie, she asked about my credit card. I'm like, oh, I am not going to do this right now. And she decided against it too. And that's just using smart business sense like that. I'm sure these pajamas are awesome, but I was going to wait and close a party, which I did. So hopefully, it's, Zaya creates that urgency and we feel like we have to jump on it. But, if they're not there when you get ready to close your party, then, it's not meant to be. And I never really had that mindset a year, 2 years ago, but now I definitely do. I definitely don't like, I'm not you know, they're ready to just spend an outrageous amount of money. I'm like, oh wait, I have 2 parties in my back office that I can close and get those for half off. So just using smart business sense. You know, maybe setting a budget for yourself every month, what you're going to spend on new releases. I never was that way before. But now I'm starting to think like, okay, you've already spent, you know, X amount this month. That is plenty. You can, you know, wait till next month. And then another thing that Katie and I just did this past weekend is just went through and got rid of so much, and you know, so many leggings and sports bras and jackets. We had an in-home party. That was the main purpose of the in-home party, was to get rid of our gently used stuff, but we did offer a discount if for people that came and ordered online. So I think you can definitely use, I think using the gently used to get people in the door, and then once they're in the door, you can say, but I'm also offering, you know, whatever you want to offer, free shipping or a percentage off if they order online. And I know we had several orders online, so that worked. And you know, the party wasn't a huge success, but now I'm like, okay, we're going to post all of these in the VIP group, which the last time I had a party like that, I was lazy and I was like, I'm not going to do that. Well, this time I've been doing it, and we are selling items like crazy. So, you know, people are still wanting to buy our gently used stuff, and it's working. So that's also something that you can do. Maybe you say whatever money I make off of that, I'm going to just keep in a little pot, and that's what I'm going to buy my new releases from, something like that. Obviously, you know, hosting your own party right now is awesome to get all those rewards. I had a $2,000 party, and I have a reel that I was going to do tomorrow for it, but it retailed for over $970, and I paid $222 for it. So knocked out a ton of Christmas presents. So I felt really, really good about that. And then, you know, as far as buying the new releases every week, I was one of those that did that. But now there's so many, I mean, in the marketing group and all over, you can use, you know, those reviews, those pictures to share in your VIP groups. We still recommend that if you're going to be posting on your Instagram feed or Facebook, that it's your face and you're wearing the clothes, but they don't always necessarily need to be, you know, the newest releases. It can just be you in those clothes to share the business op and invite to parties. Let's see. I think that is kind of all that I had, but really right now with these double hostess rewards, you guys, like this is our bread and butter to getting people into this business. And it's really, you know, I feel like, yeah, now is a hard time to find party hosts because we're all so busy and it is the holidays. But like Katie said, if you can present it in a way that they can get like their Christmas shopping done and half off and free items for their people, you know, that they're buying for, that might be a little bit more enticing for them to even say a one-day party or a Black Friday event or a Cyber Monday event when a lot of people are shopping. I think that's what I'm going to do is reach out to people and be like, hey, we can do a one-day Black Friday sale or, you know, a Cyber Monday sale, so they don't feel like they're having to use up, you know, all of their time off during, you know, Thanksgiving break to host a party. So anything that you want to add to that, Katie?
I think they're going to do the double hostess rewards next month too. So keep that on your radar. I mean, they said they were, but you know, if they don't, then they change their mind for some reason that I don't know about. And then also, they're going to do something for Black Friday or Cyber Monday, it sounds like, but it kind of seems like it's not going to be a one-day thing. It's going to be like a few days.
Over, yeah.
So that's kind of nice. They haven't done that before. There were some questions, Monica, like how did it go? I think she said it was good. I mean, it was fun. We had a good time. I loved Monica made a really cute hot chocolate bar, and we actually that day we did better on the online sales. But then I think, like she said, the you know the gently used have continued because she's been posting it. So it was fun, and it wasn't that hard. I mean, Monica did more of the work because it was at her house, but you know, I mean, I don't know. I love doing those things. And then Gina said, how much are you marking them down? So we did like piles of leggings, and we did like some were in the 10, some were 15, some were 20.
We had a few pairs in the 30s, but
Okay. Most of like our goal was to get rid of stuff, you know. So sometimes your goals are different. Like sometimes your goal is to make a lot of money, and sometimes your goal is to, I don't know, cycle the seasons. But our goal was like I wanted all of my gently used gone. I just donated a bunch to an organization in town, and it was the cutest thing. They I think her account's private, so not everybody can see unless she's friends with if you're friends with her, but we donated some of Chris's clothes because I find the men's stuff harder to resell. It's like people aren't looking for that. But his stuff is so nice because he just doesn't wear it the same way I do or something. And so we took it to this organization, and they work with young men, like junior high and high school, and even college guys, and like the button ups and stuff. And she did a post about how they practiced interviewing skills in these shirts, and it was like, oh my God, that's so worth it, you know? So it doesn't always have to be something that that makes income for you to feel like it was a good use of your time. But you guys, we really just don't want you going in debt for business. You know, I mean, we've said before you have to spend money to make money, and I do think that's true, but you have to be smart and balanced. And in this crazy economy, we just want to make sure you guys are good. We want you to be happy and healthy and, smart with your finances. And so we were thinking that Zaya wouldn't be very happy with this call we're giving you, but that Gary Vee video really just made me think, okay, this is, it's not time to like go crazy and buy every single thing. And I just don't know that would pay off in the long run right now. So, just be smart and keep being awesome. And we just wanted to share that message with you.
Anybody else have any questions? Oh, sorry.
Rachel said, my VIPs love the gently used stuff. And the thing is, I've signed a few reps that way. They get in like at a discount, and then they realize they want to continue wearing the clothes at a discount. So it's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, there's a girl that just bought 12 pairs of leggings and 4 sports bras. And so I'm like, yeah, she's been in my VIP for 5 years, and she has bought some new stuff from me, but she went crazy over that. So I'm like, have to maybe chat with her. So.
And also, Rachel, back to, she said too much excess feels gross. I agree. And we don't want to promote gross. We want to promote like this company is light and loving and happy and wonderful. And so that's what we're promoting. And so if that means pulling back a little, that's what we're promoting too. We want to be the bright spot in people's lives. We don't want to weigh them down with too much stuff. So okay, yes. Some people have a tight budget. Yes. Yeah, one of my reps that signed this year who's done really well. She doesn't get on she isn't usually able to get on the calls live, but she started by buying gently used, and she's just killing it. So it's a good way to get people in the clothes for sure. Okay, any other questions?
I was just gonna say the capsule wardrobes are like really good to promote right now because it's like, less is more right now.
Yes. I actually had a call with Courtney Nelson a few months ago, and I was like, I would love it if we could see like a capsule wardrobe page on the website so people that want that could shop the capsule wardrobe. Like, these 12 pieces are part of it and they all go together. And he liked that idea. Well, he maybe was just saying he liked that idea. I don't know, but I love that too, Mary Ellen. And honestly, like I'm really drawn to that. It seems like I was just thinking about, and maybe I don't know if you guys are finding this too. I'm curious. I used to, when I went to the gym, I used to want to wear like all the patterns and all the colors. And I'm finding myself now that I'm much more like, I want the black on bottom or like I'm just a little more like streamlined. Are you guys like that? Or is it just
That's 100% me right now. Why?
It is?
I don't know. I'm not eating as good and stuff, and I'm gravitating where it's black. I don't know. But I have been noticing that too. It's like I used to do so many of the patterns and colors, and I'm definitely doing more neutral.
Do you think it's
stuff.
like a style change? Like, you know how styles just cycle? So maybe like that was the style a few years ago and it's cycling more like classic age?
Yeah.
Each season, I don't know. I don't know if it's so much the style, but I do feel like it might just be the season of things, just kind of like, I don't know, what you feel comfortable in. And because,
Huh.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm definitely shying away from the lighter leggings. I'm like, oh no, I used to wear those all the time.
Yes, you always liked your bright colors.
Oh,
Oh, that perimenopause.
it's such a joy.
You're becoming more modest.
Oh, it's such a joy, Rachel.
We got to get her through this, you guys.
I'll be through it in just a few years, no problem. All right, you guys. Well, please try to get your teams to the call on December 5th. We'll send some info out, but I want it to be like a celebration, and we'll do some fun awards, and I don't know, so we'll do something fun. So we want a lot of people on it. So if you could promote it, that would be awesome.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being on.
Guys, good to see you.
Bye, guys.
Oh, and I have a power half hour, 8 o'clock.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
For all of you night owls.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.